Hello crafty cuties and welcome back to Paper Terrace. If you're new, my name is Jessica and I am excited to craft with you. If you are not new, then you may have been seeing that the last couple weeks of summer I've been doing just a lot more laid back videos such as hauls, shopping videos, I don't know, like little show and tells, and those are fun. But I really miss crafting, and now that my kids are just about back in school, I finally have time. And this month is September, my birthday month and my daughter's birthday month, and we're going to be working on a theme that I'm obsessed with and have been this whole time, that I have loved junk journaling, and it's anything to do with Tim Holtz. All right, so I have a ton of my Tim Holtz supplies here, my drawers, fabric, some basic items like these vellum envelopes, and we're just going to do some crafting today. I do not have a plan. I have an idea. And so we are going to work on altering some envelopes, and I'm very excited to do that with you. If you are new, please feel free to subscribe if you like crafty videos. I have a ton of videos already on my channel, so you can check those out. And let's get started. All right, the first thing that came to thought when I saw these vellum envelopes was to make something that's interactive you can put in your journals but also use, you know, on its own. So I'm sort of thinking of, I kind of want them to be vertical, and I'm going to do like a belly band that's also vertical, but if you wanted, you could always use it this way as well. So yeah, I have, like I said, a bunch of Tim Holtz stuff out already. I'm just gonna line a couple of these up and we will play around with, like, let's do 3 and then we can make more once we get going. Let's see here. I'm also just going to grab a very simple trimmer in case I need it. I'm also going to bring you out just a touch so you can kind of see my surroundings. I have these collage strips. These are quite expensive if you want a bunch of them, but you could also just use paper strips. And I sort of feel like I'm going to try, let's try a couple different things. Let's make these first 3, each of the 3 a little bit different. Let's see, I have wallpaper strips that could work. Those are pretty thin. I could layer them up. Gonna get my cello tape out because that will be something good to have. Let's see, I think I'm going to grab some wallpaper. These are the worn wallpaper scraps. And let's see here. Ooh, we'll go with this one right here for that one. So we have the actual collage strips, we have that one. Let's make our own collage strip using some different papers. And I am just going to tear into these, but let me trim them down to the height that I want. These are double-sided, so I'm just taking a peek at the different ones to see what I like. We're going to likely be layering these, so they will get kind of covered up. Let's see, I'm going to measure, this is probably about 6 1/4. So I'm going to trim these down to about 6 1/4. That might be a little big. Okay. And then I think, oh, let's trim that one down too. I'm just gonna do that off to the side real quick. Yeah, that's about right. And I'm also going to just start off by trimming this one down to 2 1/4. Yeah. So there's the fur, there's that one, a little wider than this. For this one, I am going to tear the strips. Okay. And we'll tear both sides. And if you're making a bunch of this style, then you could always keep your little scraps to use for new strips, if that even makes any sense. Ooh, this might be kind of fun. I think I want both the edges to be torn. I'm going to layer them so it won't actually be as wide as it's looking, but I want them to kind of like line up nicely, if that makes sense. And then we'll go with, yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, something like that. I am going to take some ink for all of these. Now, this collage strip, it's a little bit shorter, but that's okay. I think we can still actually make that work. I definitely want all of these to end up looking like very vintage, worn kind of thing. So for this one, we'll go on all of the edges that will be seen. Like this. And then have to figure out how I want to put these together. Glue, or I feel like sewing would be the coolest way, but it would be more work, so let's decide in a minute. And this one, I'm trying to think, these are kind of like similar ideas, so do I want to do something different? Ooh, actually, let me grab, I have some edge punches, and what if we just give that a try? This one's a little hard to do if I'm not doing it on a lower space, if that makes sense. I have such a hard time lining these up. Yeah, that didn't feel like it went through. Maybe it did. No. I might have to do this below me over here on this table where you can't see me. Yeah, now that I'm seeing, punches are just kind of hard, honestly. I know a lot of you can relate. I'm just going to do one side, mostly for time, because I realized as I was doing that I'm not going to want to make a bunch of these if it's something like that where it's like hard to do. Okay. So we've got our kind of our base. Now for the decorating part, let's go ahead and at least put these three together so that our bases are all done up. All right, I'm just gonna start with glue, but if I want to come back and add, or if I want to do some sewing detail, I will do that like all at once. Fun. I like how these are kind of different shapes, and yeah, that looks fun. All right. Uh-oh. Someone just called, and I was hoping that it didn't interrupt. There we go. I think that's good. I just want to make sure that all of the pieces are like together, if that makes sense. All right, now we have, oh, that is so fun. Okay, we have that. Now I'm wanting, have you guys ever made like journal toppers? I sort of wanted these to be sort of like a journal topper, if that makes sense. Like I want you to be able to put it on top of a journal, but I think I will just start by making like 3 kind of layered embellishments in the middle of each. I think that's, yeah. No rhyme or reason here. I'm just kind of randomly going for it. Ooh, that's a big piece, but I kind of like that. Or let's go. And I have this drawer full of all Tim Holtz embellishments. Oh, I kind of like how that's bent up, to be quite honest. Okay, actually, we're going to switch there. So we have that. I feel like we need some cheesecloth. Happen to have some right here. Put some there. We'll kind of move things around as we finalize like that. Then from there, let's take a peek, because I do have some really cool transparent pieces, but I'm probably going to go for these smaller pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead, take these out and see what we're working with here. The smaller pieces at least. Okay, yeah, these are really fun actually. Ooh, this one might look cool on here. Like that. I want you to see a little bit of each layer. I really like these little palette pieces. I wish I had more of them, because it would be fun to use them for each. I need to make almost 200 of these, by the way. Pretty sure I'm making these for my main item for Patreon for this month. Okay, something like that. Now that we have the transparent pieces, I will go back to using just the paper. Just put these little pieces away. And I just like using as many different like textured items as possible. And I love me a good butterfly. Something like that. Maybe we'll do a mushroom for one of them. Yeah, something like that. That is pretty cool. Let's do something other than a butterfly, so they're all a little different, like a floral. Oh yeah, this would look fun on this one. In fact, I think I'll kind of like that. Okay, now I need to put all of these together. I think I'm going to start out with a stapler. So I will first work on each little layered embellishment, getting it just how I want. This one's pretty good. Okay. Sort of considering adding one more thing. These have a lot of things, but I like the idea of having a little label because I love labels. Okay, well, you know what? That's something I can glue on at the end, so let's do that later. There's that one. Something like this. Ooh, okay. While I'm just working on these, this month I'm also collabing with Cara Brandon, and I'm using her palettes kits. And if you haven't seen them, I can actually link below. I have like a full flip through, but it's gonna go so well with this theme. And I'm thinking that it would be fun to use some of her printables in this main item. So I have the whole pack here. You can already see how that will go. So maybe we'll make like a journal card insert that will go in the envelopes, because then you would still kind of see them peek through. I think that would look fun. Okay, just want the cheesecloth to peek out a bit more on that one. There. Okay, now I think I will actually glue these down, and I'm just going to add the glue, and I want the layered embellishment to kind of come up off the belly band, if that wasn't already. I mean, I guess it has to because it's a little bit bigger, but let's see here. For this one, I think I can just put the glue right here. Something like that. Try to get it a little bit straighter. And for this one, I will just glue it on as well, right in the center. Okay, to finish these off, I'm going to put a little label for each one. I'm going to keep it blank, so if the recipient wants, they can add a title, a date, a name, whatever, or a little word sticker, something like that. Something like that. We'll do a blue one there. Do I have green? I don't think I do. But I do think I have a red one, so we'll go with a red for this. And this one will go, I'm trying not to overdo it. They all have a lot going on. This one, I think I'll stick with the black. And these are all little Tim Holtz labels as well. Let's see. If only you guys could tell me where it looks best. Oh, no. You know what? I do think it looks better up here. Kind of like layering even over that palette piece. Oops. Okay, oh my gosh, as if we haven't done too much yet, I'm also going to use a little piece of this tape because I'm obsessed with the Tim Holtz cello aged tape. Oops. Just a little extra detail here. And I might even, well, this one's fine, but some of them I might cut in half. I'm definitely like taking my time on these, but I will, once I figure out which style I like, I will start making them in more of a assembly line style. And so I'll be doing them much quicker. This one, I think I will cut in half lengthwise. Put you down here. Trying to get it exactly where I want it. And then this one, like on the label, I think, right above. Yeah. Okay. Now attaching them to the envelope. How do I want to do that? I think for now I will use double-sided tape, but I'll have to decide if that's the best way. So I will just put a very small piece at the very top. And remove the backing. I'm kind of folding it over because this is a little thicker than what I wanted. So I just kind of take the excess and roll it onto itself. Okay. Oops. I'm filming this on Labor Day, and I had a sale going on and I'm packing orders. My kids went to the lake, and so this is the first time in like quite a few days where I had some quiet time, and it's been really fun, but I still miss my kids. Okay, So again, this one would be a little bit shorter, but it's still so cute, and you can still totally put something underneath very easily. You know, you have plenty of space. This one, let's see here. I'm just going to actually put this at the top here. I might need to trim a little bit of this belly band base. There we go. And then I'll put this down here. Oops, I'll remove the backing. And I'll try to get this as straight as I can. Flip it over and just cut off that excess. I like that one so much. Okay, for this one, I'm glad we just did 3 because a little bit more involved than I was thinking. Okay, here we go. And I have an extra piece I'm just going to use up here. Again, try to line this up the best that I can. I'm fine with it not being exactly in the center or anything. Whoops, don't want to cut the actual envelope. There we go. Now, I'm not going to do too much to the back because depending on how these are used, you might not see the back. However, I am going to take my chances because I have the absolute cutest little stickers here that are sort of like a wax seal sort of thing, but they're like actually embossed and they're so cute. And so I am going to actually just staple one on each, and I'll show you the idea that I had for if you want to use these in your journal. So I'm just kind of finding the middle, and I have it coming off like that. And so I'll do the same to the others. Just make sure I only have one. Kind of like a little tab, basically. Staple it on. Again, I'll show you what I would do with these, but real quick, we will finish up with putting something on the inside. And so I am just going to not take up too much time, but I'm just going to grab a couple of Cara's papers here. Ooh, okay, she also has journal cards that are, my kit has been cut up because I've used it, but that reminds me. Okay, I think I'll go with that one. It would actually be cute to cut a journal card out. We'll do one of these for the belly band area. She has a few, and again, I'll have a link if you want to see her whole kit. Oh boy. See the palette? That looks so fun. Well, I was trying to find more journal cards, but that's fine. I'll do that in a different. Okay. So now, from these, I just want to cut out a simple insert that will go inside the envelope, and so I need to know what size this was exactly. We'll do 4 by 6. That should be close enough. go a little bit more than 6 because I need to cut off the border. Oops. And then I'm going to ink everything up. That will go with that one. This will go with the center one. Oh my gosh, they all go together so well. And this will go with that one. Ink. And so let's go ahead and put this inside here because I just love how it's see-through and you'll be able to see whatever it is you put in here. Whoops. This is a thinner paper, so I was thinking that if I want in the future, I might print on a thicker cardstock maybe, but I'll see. The envelopes are definitely kind of a tight pocket, but that's a good thing. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, there's that one. Just do this kind of quick, just to make it look more like a journal card than a little scrap of paper, you know? While we're at it, we'll just go with this one too. Classic mushrooms. Okay. So cute. There's that one. And there we go. Yes, those look perfect. Like I said, I then need to, let's see, I'm kind of curious, like for a journal card, I might want something bigger than these, but for right now, let's see, there's this size or there's this little size. Let's see here. I'll cut this out better in a moment, but I want to see, would we even be able to see a smaller one? Oh yeah, actually you could. Okay, for time's sake, I'm just going to cut out 3 of these. I might decide what I want to do, if I want to even insert anything into the belly band or let the recipient, because I'm making these for a journal pack and there will be other items that are included, so yeah. There's one. And I have lots of Tim Holtz like journal cards as well. So for some reason it feels wrong doing a bird themed item just because my last month journal theme was birds. And it's like I get kind of over it. Yeah, you know what? No. We'll use a Tim Holtz one for one of them too. Okay, and just to add that final touch, a little bit of ink. All right, let's put this all together. Let's see, you'll go, maybe I find a different one. Here we go, butterflies. Yeah, it just has another layer. I think that's good. Could even go this way. And even putting like a tab on your little item, that could be cute. But I think that is good. These are so much fun to make. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Oops, I bumped into you right at the end there. I just love how you can see the paper through. These are so pretty. So yeah, I hope you're ready to see me make these all month. Maybe you'll make some too. Let me know, do you have a preference? I mean, actually in the end, they almost all three kind of look similar. So let me know what you think, and I will see you soon. Bye.